everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie Journals, and today we're going to be setting up my bullet journal for the year of 2021. I recently got this beautiful journal from Maisie Lane Co. If you haven't seen the review of this journal, I will make sure to link it down below. It is a beautiful tan journal, and so this is the journal I'll be using for the year 2021. This journal setup was heavily inspired by the journalist Plant-Based Bride. She did a bullet journal setup very similar to this, and I was inspired not only by her craft paper, but the beautiful red she uses in her journal. So I found this pink scrapbook paper around her house, and this is going to be the theme of this whole journal, which is the brown craft paper circles with the dark red paper. The very first thing I am making in this journal is on the front cover of the journal, I'm making a flap out. On the flap out, I have a grid spacing cheat sheet, so whenever I'm making weekly spreads, I can just fold it out and see it, so I don't have to flip back and forth throughout the pages, as well as putting the journal's name on the front cover. I've never named my bullet journals before, but I was inspired this time, since this is a spiral-bound notebook, and I will be using it just for this year, to name this journal Rylan. Here I am gluing this red piece of paper in, and now we're going to get started with the actual artistic part of it. A quick way I learned to do a font, if you are not very good at it, but you have it on your Word document or wherever you type your papers, is to just print it out and then color in the back part of the paper with all pencil and then trace out the letters onto your paper. As you can see, I'm doing this here for the name Rylan right here on the cover, so I'm using the font and doing it that way so I don't mess up or anything like that. Now that I am finished with the name Rylan, I'm coloring it in with my hard Tombow Fordinosuke brush pen. As you'll be watching throughout this video, you'll notice I use this pen a lot, so this is going to be the main marker I use throughout the setup. And here's how the name turned out. And here is the fold out. So now we are going to be working on the inside of this, which I said was the grid spacing cheat sheet and also a key. As I went through the setup, I started to realize that the black did not show up well on the red, so I added some white onto the grid spacing lettering, and it looks kind of awkward since this is the only white thing on that page, but at least you can see it a lot better. As you can see on the other side of the grid spacing layout on the flap is my key. I'm doing the same key as I have always done, which is a circle for a task. You fill in the circle when it's a completed task. It's migrated, an arrow to the right. If there's an event, I do a triangle. If it is a chore, it's a square, and priorities have little stars. It's the same key as I have always done since I started bullet journaling, and so I'm just going to keep it. I don't really need to see it anymore. At this point, it's just an artistic touch, so it's nice to look back on. Now we're on to the next side of the page, which is my name when I started and ended this journal. I like having this page to mark the exact day I started and the exact day I ended. Actually, after I finished filming this video, I wrote down the date that it is today, which is December 15th, I believe. So that I wrote on the started date, since that is the day I set this whole page up. I didn't really like the original, which was pretty simple, so I added a red paper on top with the brown circle and a little leaf underneath, and wrote my name and all that. Jeez. For what? I'm actually filming and I actually have someone for it, so what do you need?
Yeah, my book.
Can't you use your computer?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm moving on to the next page, which is the 2021 cover page. As you can see, I use that same technique as I used for writing out my journal's name. Rylan is using the same font, printing it out, but this time I just didn't show you the process and I'm just coloring it in. This time it turned out a lot better, so you can really see it on this white paper, and I really like the font that this gives, kind of like a little rustic look, and it goes really well with the brown paper. This quote I am putting on the right side of the page is Resolution 1, I will live for God. Resolution 2, if no one else does, I still will. And that is a quote I found when I just searched Christian quotes for the new year, and I just really liked how that looked. Next is my index page. I am only using 2 pages for this, and I'm going to be numbering all of the pages in this notebook after I'm finished with this video. So it's a pretty simple layout. Just did index and calligraphy against the top, and then I did 2 sections. One is the description box, which is the larger one, so I can write down what the page is about, and also the page number is on the left side, and I put a line to divide between them. Now moving on to the next pages, which is going to be my future logs. I use the same technique for the lettering on the top of this. You're going to see this a lot and through almost every page through this whole thing. This is my favorite page out of everything, and at first I really didn't know what I was going to do for this, but the lettering turned out so well, and then I added the different colors for the January, February titles, and then I made these little calendars on Word document. If you want this printable, I'll link it in the description box down below so you can print it on your own. But these are just really simple stickers, and I didn't feel like writing them all out, so this is a very simple way for me to do it. Just stick them on with some sticker paper. I also ended up adding a slant almost halfway down this line, so the top is for birthdays, and then the bottom is just for normal events. I did end up doing 2 full pages for my future log. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to use, and I hope that this will last me through December, or if I feel like using this through December. So the future log is the 2 full pages. At this point in the setup, I have been sitting here for like an hour, and I was kind of tired of the setup, so I really sped through this, and this page turned out really quirky because of that, so I ended up using a gel pen because I forgot to switch to a fine liner, and here's the difference. When I used a gel pen with a ruler, it all got blotchy and smeared a ton, and then I switched to my fine liner. It's much better, besides the fact that I forgot to push down a little harder, so it's a little bit dried up. But this is a simple period tracker, so I put 2 boxes for each day of every month. And so at the bottom, I can do what type of flow I'm having, and then also if I'm having any cramps or anything like that. So this is a tracker I did last year too, so make sure to check that video in the description below. This is the second to last page that is going to be in this setup, which is a quote page. This one is Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. This verse is actually a lot longer, but I kind of simplified it and said, trust in the Lord, not in your own understanding, just kind of to simplify it. And yes, this is the final page, so we are going on to the next page, which is 2021 accomplishments page. I did the same font I've been doing through this whole thing, which would be the pencil one, and I'm going to show you how to do it again. So you just color pencil on the back of the word that you want to print in that certain font, and then turn it right side right, and trace over all the letters, and then the pencil should show up through the back. One problem I did have when I was doing this is not pushing hard enough with your pencil, so you really have to push hard in order to get the clean look that you want. This is the final page of this video. I might be adding a few school pages for what my next semester is going to look like in school and grades and stuff like that. So make sure to stay tuned. Please subscribe to my channel and like and comment down below. I'm a small channel, so every follow, every like really helps a lot to further this channel. And make sure to follow my Instagram, I'll link it down below, as well as check out some of my other videos that I've linked up in the corner and also down in the description box below. Here's the final flip through. If you're interested in checking out the original by Plant-Based Bride, I'll also link that video in the description box below. Just a lot of things, check out the description box, and I'll see you in this next video.